Flosstube, it's Jen from Jen's Stitching Niche. I'm back for an update video. Today is Thursday, August 12th, so it's been 1 month since my last video. My last video I recorded on July 12th, so finally I have some consistency. We'll see how long that lasts. It has been a busy month since my last video. I've had quite a bit of fun. Semester ended. That was a tough semester for those students. Oh my goodness. And you know, they did okay. But our new semester is about to start. That's a whole new story. We'll talk about it in a minute. What else can I say? Nothing major life happening. Semester starts a week from Monday, and I'm not quite sure if I'm ready to start back. I know I'm not. I love staying home. I don't want to go back to work, but whatevs. I have been crafting quite a bit, so I have some things to share with you. One thing I do want to say is that I got a new logo. So for my shop, my Etsy shop, I finally decided to go become official and get on my own logo. So you saw that at the beginning of the video, and I'll put it over here, right here, I guess. So that's my new Jen Stitching Niche. I love birds, so I thought that was appropriate. I commissioned someone on Etsy, and he did a fabulous job. He just had me fill out a form. You know, I gave him some ideas of what I was hoping to see, and I love it. So very good. So I've ordered some stickers, and I've ordered some new business cards. I even ordered me a bag with my little logo on it. I'm so excited. So anyway, that is some information about my shop. But we're here about cross stitching. So I have quite a bit of cross stitching fun to share with you. In my last video, I talked about some projects that I had planned to work on, and I have worked on them. So I'm going to show my finishes, and I've got a couple of FOs and a few FFOs. I'm also going to show you what I've been stitching on that I haven't finished, and I'm going to talk about some plans. Okay, so let's first look at some of my finishes, my FOs. So last video I talked about that I'm going to work on some of my old whips. The rest of this year I'm going to try to get some of these old whips finished and out the door so that I can start a whole new batch of whips with there's lots of new stuff that's come out this past year, 2 years that I really want to stitch. So I'm going to work on those. So my plan last video was to work on Minerva and the Calico Sampler. And I actually finished both of those. So on the Calico Sampler, if you recall, I had started this in 2016. And I just really did not want to stitch the whole alphabet. So I decided just to do the first 3 letters. And I did. This is stitched on 30 count Weeks Die Works using the called for Gentle Arts. And I love this. I think it is absolutely adorable. And I'm going to finish it as a pillow. I may work on that this weekend, on doing some fully finishing, so I can display this in September. Isn't it cute though? Okay, so that's my first finish. My second finish was Minerva. So this is Nora Corbett, the Bewitching Pixies, and it's Minerva, and she turned out beautiful, beautiful. It's on 32 count. I think this is gingerbread from either Picture This Plus or Silkweaver. I don't know. It doesn't feel like Picture This Plus, but then again, it kind of does feel like Picture This Plus. I don't know. But it's stitched with DMC and beads. So that's my other finished project. In addition to those two, I have 2 FFOs. The first one is an exchange that I did through the Great Biscornu Swap on Facebook. So I'm a participant in that group, that Facebook group, and we exchange Biscornus. So the summer session, we were going to stitch something that represented summer with birds. So I found a set of charts on Etsy from the Floss Box. That person has a lot of really cute Biscornu patterns. So I bought a set of those Biscornu patterns. It was her summer set, and I stitched the one that I thought was adorable, and I'll insert a picture here. So that is what I stitched for my partner, who was Brenda in Alabama, And I sent that off to her. She received it and was very happy. And I received my Biscornu from Brenda, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So let me show you what I got. Should have had this over here, but should have, could have, would have. Oops. Okay, so my Biscornu is this one. I think this is from Tiny Modernist, which I love her Biscornus too. I've stitched one of hers, and it is beautiful. And those are some pins. Oops, you can't see that. See those pins? She included those that are absolutely adorable, and the bottom is perfect. So that was the Biscornu, but she also sent me a little tiny one as a scissor fob. Isn't that amazing? So very, very pretty. And she sent me some DMC and some candy, which the candy's downstairs. And she does all kinds of crafting. I've been following her on Facebook lately, and she's been doing all kinds of cool stuff. She makes baskets, she does stained glass, and apparently she weaves, because she sent this to me as well. And I love this. This is amazing. Look at that. So very, very fortunate to have such an amazing partner in that swap. So thank you, Brenda. I love, love what you sent me. So that was my other FFO. And my last one I'm so excited about. So in my video number 59, I talked about a new series of cross-stitch patterns that I was going to design called Sally's Barn Quilts, because I love barn quilts. And I was sitting talking to my husband about it, and I'm like, it would be cute to do these monthly barn quilts. And I came up with the July one and released it early, and then I didn't do anything. So I was sitting around, you know, the semester was getting away from me, and I just decided it was time to get it done. So I designed a chart for August, and I've had it designed, I just haven't stitched it. So I stitched it and I've released it, and it's available as a PDF download in my Etsy shop, and I'll put the link for my Etsy shop below. But it is the Sunflowers and Bees, and I think it is adorable. Isn't that cute? So I want it to look like something that you would make as a quilt, so that's why it has these very angular leaves, and then the little bees in the corner. So cute. It's stitched on 28 count Scuppernong gingham from Weeks Dye Works, and I'm using Classic Colorworks flosses. And I just finished it as a pillow, and I am so proud of that. That is so cute. So now that I've shown that, I'm going to mail it off because it's a gift for a friend of mine. It's a very late birthday present for a friend of mine. Okay, so that is the end of my, no, it's not. I do have some other FFOs. They're just not cross-stitching FFOs. So let me get those and I'll show you those projects. Okay, so as many of you who've been watching my videos for very long know, I'm a multi-crafter. I love to do all kinds of crafts. I love, you know, of course, cross-stitching. I love to work with wool. I love to do quilting. I love to do lots of different crafts. I even do those little sequin ornament things. I just think they're fun. But one of the things that has happened is over the past few years, as many of us can testify, we have accumulated a lot of projects. And I've been to a couple of quilt shops and quilt shows over the past few years, and I've accumulated some kits. And I have them all in this closet over here. You can't see it, but that closet over there full of projects. And I get new ones and I put them in there, and I'm like, okay, I'll work on that one when I finish this one. And that's not working because I feel guilty, but I want to do the stuff that's new. So I turned over a new leaf about 3 weeks ago, and I said from now on, when a project comes in, that's what I'm going to work on, because I really want to do it. I'm going to work on that particular project, and that way I'm not feeling bad about, oh, I should be doing this, but I really want to do that. I'm going to work on my new projects. So this month, actually it was in July, I received 2 kits that I really, really was excited about, and I worked on them and finished them. The first one is from Sparkle and Spirit Doll Pattern Company. If you've seen in one of my other videos, I have this big bunny that I made from them. They often advertise in the Primitive Quilts and Projects magazine. That's where I found them. And they send emails out, and this is what the email that they sent out is. That adorable. It's Santa. And I bought the kit from their website, and I'll put the link to their website below. And it took me like 2 days to do this. And he is absolutely adorable. This was so much fun. Brittany, my son's girlfriend, she said she came in and it was just the head and the body. And she's like, what is your mom doing? I'm making a Santa Claus. And he's adorable. So that is one of the projects. I got him in like I think he arrived on a Wednesday, and I worked on him the Friday and Saturday of that week. And he is ready to display and not going to sit in my closet like the snowman that I bought 3 years ago that's still in there. Learning. Okay. And then the second project I got came from, let me look this one up. It is Michelle Rudy has opened a new business. It's Farm Girl Dry Goods, and she is doing kits of wool applique and quilting projects. And I love everything Michelle Rudy does. I mean, she has the best ideas, and I'm a member of her Patreon, and it is one of my absolute favorite things to do is to watch Michelle Rudy's videos. During the Christmas holidays, she does a lot of videos, and it is part of our daily routine during the Christmas season to sit down and watch what Michelle and usually Gary are doing each day. My husband even sits and watches those videos with me. So I just love Michelle. She's extremely talented, and now she's sharing that talent by kitting up projects that you can purchase through her business called Farm Girl Dry Goods. So she came out with her first kit, and she offered it through her Patreon. And I snapped it up immediately because I always buy what Michelle Rudy says to buy. That's why that closet over there is full of projects. But this is what I got from Michelle. It's a buttermilk basin that she kitted up. And it's just a wool applique piece. And this frame is an old frame that I had. It used to have a copy of our wedding invitation and this poem that went along. It was a very 90s thing. Much too heavy of a frame for what it was. And I took it apart, and my younger son's like, are you sure you want to do that? And I'm like, I've got other copies. He's like, but that's the original. I'm like, no, it's a copy too. It's just an invitation. He was very concerned, but it turned out perfect. Isn't that adorable? So that was a fun project, and it's ready to go. I just love the kind of 70s, 80s vibes of that. So very cool. And her shop is open now, I believe. So if you're interested in those types of things, you should definitely check out her shop. It is amazing, and I'll put a link for that below as well. All right, so now I will share, Josie, who never wants any love. She's our Maine Coon cat. She's like a teenager. She's like, love me, but I hate you. You know, that kind of thing. Well, she's right here and is insisting on love right now, which will only last for a few minutes before she realizes that this is love and she doesn't love love. So she will make me stop giving her any attention. We'll see. All right, so I'm going to share what I've been working on. So how much progress have I made on some current whips? I am working on another wool applique. So since I finished the 2 kits that I've already received this past month, I went and pulled out an older project that I wanted to do. And that includes one called Clothesline Scarecrow. I got this at the Houston International Quilt Festival in 2019. And it came kitted up, and it's really cute. It's a pumpkin-headed person. You know how I am about pumpkin-headed people. And it is coming together very quickly. So this is my progress. Isn't that adorable? So I just have to do a little bit more work on attaching these different pieces, and then quilt it up, and it's ready to go. It even comes with the little sticks for his legs and his arms. So maybe by the next video, his head just fell off. That's embarrassing. Next video, I'll have that finished to share. Okay. And then now I'm going to show you my cross stitch progress. Okay, so now let's talk about my progress on my whips. So in my last video, I talked about my new plan was to focus on these whips that I've had hanging around for like 5 years. And the way I was going to approach it is I was going to pick a smaller project to work on until I finish it. Something that I could probably finish in a week or two. And then my other project was going to be something that was larger, that I would spend 25 minutes a day. So Michelle Bendy talks about this a lot, and it was Julie McConnell's idea, I believe, from Reflections, and that you would spend 25 minutes a day on a project until you completed it. And I like that idea, and it helps you get through some of these larger projects. So that's what I've been doing. Minus the past week when I was working on the a round robin. I'm in a round robin with several of my friends, so I've been working on those projects, and of course the finishes that I was showing you, the Biscornu, and then the sunflower. Isn't it adorable? So I haven't stitched on my focus pieces. Plus, I went out of town. I didn't say anything about that. I went to the world's longest yard sale, but I wore my mask and I used hand sanitizer, and I did a lot of social distancing. So I went with my son, Patrick, who always goes with me, and then we took Brittany, my other son's girlfriend, and her sister. We're all vaccinated, so we were all prepared. We all wore a mask. They were very, very good. And we had a great time. I didn't get very much. I only got like 3 things. I didn't spend hardly any money at garage sales. I spent more money at an Ace Hardware that we stopped at to go to the restroom, and they had a little gift section, and I bought a whole bunch of stuff there. Brittany's like, you didn't buy anything at the garage sale. So I'm like, I know, I'm spending all my money at Ace Hardware. And then, so that's kind of kept me from cross-stitching as well. But anyway, so what have I been doing? I have one focus piece. My focus piece was another one of these. I'm trying to find it because I've recorded this once already. And then as I was talking, I got a phone call from one of my colleagues, and I had to stop and talk to him. So here it is. Okay, so my focus piece is another of the Bewitching Pixies. This is called Mari, or Mary, from Nora Corbett. And it's all wrinkly, but that's okay. This is my progress. So I've worked on quite a bit of this. I have finished, you haven't seen this before, but I had not finished her face, her hat, the owl, and then the whole side of her body with the owl. All of this that I've stitched since I started back in July on this piece. So she's coming together very quickly, and she's very beautiful. So hopefully that will be finished soon. Now my 25 minutes a day, I'm working on a large project. This is Croaking Toad Manor from Praiseworthy Stitches. And when I started, I had just finished a portion of this. And you can't see that, but all in here are little 1/1 toads. A whole flock of them, or I don't know what's a group of frogs or toads called. But here's my progress. So let's see if I can get close enough that you can see these little toads. Do you see them right here with their googly eyes? There's a whole bunch over here. There's several in here. There's some over here. But I worked on that. So that over one took some time. And I've progressed from that. So now I'm getting to work on these pumpkins and moving along. I finished that cat. And then this little girl down here, I finished her. So I'm making progress. And what has been really nice is when I was working on this one day, my husband came in and he's like, that's really pretty. Don't, because I was telling him how I was getting rid of whips. He's like, don't get rid of that one. You really need to finish that one. That one is really pretty. So I'm going to finish it eventually. And then I have one more that I pulled out. And this is my oldest whip. This is Splendor of Florals. This huge floral piece that came out of the Just Cross Stitch magazine. I don't know. It's over the course of, I think it's 2010 was the February 2010. And I really want to finish this. Not sure why, but I do. And I have done 2 of the blocks. I finished the May and June. And I started September last year. And so I've been doing about 25 minutes a day on this. And I finished this leaf. all of this Morning Glory. So that's all complete without the back stitching. And then I started on these leaves. So there's one more big Morning Glory, and then I have to do the border. But that's my progress. And I know I won't finish this one quickly, but at least I'm moving through it a little more. So those are my current whips. Okay, in this last segment, I just want to talk about what my plans are for the next couple of weeks. If I'm going to continue stitching on Mari and Croaking Toad Manor and probably Splendor of Florals. And then if I finish Mari, then I'm going to move to my next whip in line, which is actually just perfect for stitching in August and early September. It is the Sampler of the Season Summer by Brenda Gervais, or With Thy Needle and Thread. And this is the last in this series that I need to finish. I finished the other 3, and that's as far as I've gotten in 5 years. That's ridiculous. So I will work on this one as soon as I finish Mari. Okay? And then other than that, I'm also going to work on some wool applique. So when I finish the pumpkin piece that I showed you, I also picked up the Santa kit at the same time. So I'm going to work on this Santa clothesline as well. And then I also have been working on a quilt top that Teresa and I are working on. It's a buttermilk basin Halloween spools. I'm going to work on a couple of those, but I'm going to wait and work on those with Teresa though. Maybe. I'm impatient. So, all right. So that's my plans. Not a lot of plans, but we'll see how I progress with what I have on my plate. At this time, I want to announce the winner for my last giveaway. Last video, I was going to give away the charts for this set, the Calico Sampler, and the winner of that is Carolyn Meadows. So I'll put my email here, and if you just email me, I will get this in the mail to you. And for my next giveaway, I've been ordering a bunch of stuff of the Blackbird Designs. Obviously, with Barb's passing, there's been kind of this frenzy of buying the Blackbird Design books. And my understanding is that they're going to be available. So it's, I don't want people feeling like they have to buy everything up right now. From my understanding, what is available now is going to remain available for a while. And there's a lot of things that people are saying are out of print that aren't out of print. So if you want to know what is available, go to Hoffman Distributing and just look, and you can see what we can order. Sometimes they don't have them in stock, but that doesn't mean that they're out of print. That just means that they're waiting for stock to be delivered to the distribution center. So I ordered pretty much everything that I could from Blackbird Design. I have pretty much everything that is available. And some things I had stopped carrying, and then I decided I was going to pick them up again. And that is this series, the Tender Heart series. So there's 4 parts to this, and I've had them before, and I don't know when I stopped carrying them, but I picked them up again, and there are 4 of them. So the first in the series is Pledge of Affection. The second in the series is My Heart is Home. Third in the series is Stitch by Stitch. And then the last in this series is Sweetheart Pocket. So I want to stitch these. I actually have a set. That's my set, and I'm going to start these. I think I'm going to start these this year because I want to have them ready to display at Valentine's Day. So that's my giveaway. So if you're interested in these, just in the comments say Tender Hearts. And that will be the kind of the term that I look for in the random comment picker. And I'll just pick a winner for this series. So you'll get all 4 of these charts. And these are new. I'm not sending you mine used ones. I've got a set for me and a set for the giveaway. So I guess that is everything. I hope that you all are enjoying the last days of summer. I hope you are being safe. And, doing what you need to do to stay safe. I am really concerned about going back to school, actually, because like I said, all of my classes are large groups. It's going to be interesting. So if you are interested, I do have an Etsy shop. I carry a lot of different things. I'm going to be adding some new stuff to my shop, hopefully. I'm going to start kitting up, or at least putting together thread packs for some of the more popular charts, particularly the Stitching with the Housewives groups. I've been putting together floss packs for those, and those sell pretty quickly. So just if you're interested, the link to my Etsy shop is below. If you have any questions or any comments, feel free to leave that information below, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.